Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2023 and some more. I am the journeyman and I come from down your way and I can play. What can you play? FM23. And we're probably going down, and we're probably going down. What on earth have I done? Hello, welcome. Fulham fans, everybody that is new to the series. I don't always sing. Rob will let you know down in the comments. I don't always sing. But for special occasions, we do. And today is definitely a special occasion because it's the first full episode of us in charge of our new team in the Journeyman, Fulham. If you're a bit confused how we ended up at this point in Season 7, then go back and check out the previous episode where we finished off our journey at Portsmouth. It was a brilliant 2.5-year journey there. Of course, we led them to avoid relegation to League 2, and then we won the Sky Bet League 1, and we've established them as a very good mid-table championship side. So very impressed with our work there. Fulham decided to appoint us as their manager, and we're on a virtually impossible survival task of trying to get Fulham out of that relegation zone. It's going to be tough, and today is going to go a long way towards that. Not really this match against Manchester United, although it would be nice to get 3 points, definitely. But we're going to start our January journey and see what's out there, what's available, and try and bring some good players in. That's got to be our task today. So, first things first, since you were last with me, we managed to draw 0-0 against Aston Villa away from home. Again, very, very solid. Then at home to Arsenal, we were very solid until the 89th minute when they finally broke us down and we conceded our first goal and lost our first match in charge. Against Southampton, we did go for a slightly different formation. We went for the diamond in this one. I know it doesn't say we did because I clicked the old next match only. So we were playing the diamond, and actually, statistically, we probably played a lot better. Certainly in the first half, our XG was pretty good. We were dominating the game in that first half. But second half, don't know what happened, but Southampton came alive and they beat us 5-0 in the end. I think, 4 or 3 of their goals coming in the last 7 minutes, so perhaps a little bit harsh on us, that scoreline. But it is what it is, and it sort of brings home to us the situation that we are in. We are in 20th position. We've picked up 4 points out of our first 4 matches. Now, if we can do that between now and the end of the season, we've got 16 games left. If we were to pick up 16 more points, we give ourselves a chance. But we're going to need to realistically pick up more points than that. We need to try and get 30 points out of the last 16 matches. So 10 wins out of the last 16. And that's going to be tough. If you look at our schedule, January is going to be a massive say within that. Away to Crystal Palace, they're 9th at the moment. Home to Chelsea. Those are the games we have to win, unfortunately. Away to relegation rivals Everton, massive match there. And then at home to mid-table Tottenham. But, you look at the end of the season, away to Liverpool in the penultimate match. We've got 3 consecutive home games. That's going to be massive. Man City. But luckily for us, we're getting out of the way a lot of our big matches soon. So we can go on a bit of a run. It's going to be tough, and certainly our recruitment is going to have to be on point. If we have a quick look at squad performances, where we need to improve is goalkeeper. 2.5-star ability, not good enough at this level. I did have a look at Brad Young, our goalkeeper at Portsmouth, because I knew he had a 5 million release clause. Unfortunately, he signed a new contract a few days ago, so we're not going to be able to get him. Top goal scorer is Chris Giles. Youth product here at Fulham. He is a good striker. I think he will be a good striker. He hasn't scored a goal for me yet, though. Trying him as an advanced forward, although I think he could potentially do a complete forward role. We might try that today. Who knows? You've also got William Boving as well, Danish striker / winger. He scored 3 in 15 starts this season. He can find the net. He's not bad. Dele Alli is up there as well, but we just can't get him to play as well as he was playing under the previous manager, and I have no real idea why. Top assists is Grady Diang on 4 assists from 19 starts, 2 each for a bunch of players, and top average rating is Scott McTominay on a 6.95, although Diang is up there as well. West Ham want him back, which is not surprising. Probably, we'll get the quota up a little bit in terms of their homegrown talents. He's 30 years old. I wouldn't be opposed to selling him, but I'd really rather not. He has been a rather shining light on this very drab start for us. But transfer-wise, I did say I'd catch you up on what we've been up to. And there's quite a few players that we've asked for, in terms of inquiries of what we could do. This person, Kirsty Frick, is apparently coming in as a sports scientist. That's absolutely fine. Liam Delap, now he's a player that I've had on previous Football Manager games, and he's been pretty good in the Premier League. You look at him and you think, well, how on earth isn't he scoring 30 goals a season? And the main reason why is because he's not starting for Aston Villa. He got 10 goals in 6 starts for them in the Championship a couple of seasons ago, got 8 in 3 starts last season in the Premier League. So he's a player that can find the back of the net. So initially we're going to bring him in on loan. Potentially, there's going to be an option there to bring him in for £59 million at the end of the season. Now, I'm assuming he's going to be in a very similar position come the end of the year at Aston Villa. I think we could get him for a lot less than that, but they'd only accept it if we had an optional fee to purchase. So that's where we're going for there. I know it's going to be a lot of money. I'm not under any illusions about that. It's going to cost us a significant amount of money to bring him in, but I think he could be the sort of player that grabs us some goals. On a similar note, we have agreed to loan Gianluca Scamacca in from Atletico Madrid. Now, he is at West Ham in real life, I believe, or has signed for them this season. I'm not entirely sure. Has scored a bunch of Premier League goals in the past, did join Man United a few years ago. Didn't really start for them as well, but can find the back of the net, has got very good finishing, good heading, good long shots. Is the sort of player that I think could make a difference in a relegation battle, certainly from the bench, and again, bringing him on loan. Now, the only player that I've put in a permanent offer for is Calvin Phillips, 33-year-old now, but will slot into that defensive midfield position very nicely and allow us sort of going forward to be a lot more proactive. Certainly Dele Alli potentially being an advanced playmaker, as is his preferred role. Now, he did play for Man City in that first season, didn't do fantastic, to be honest, then went to Juventus, did an okay job in Italy, came back to Arsenal for 35 million, and hasn't really played for them in the last couple of seasons, has just been a bench warmer. But he would come in and we'd give him some love. And I think, although he's 33, I don't think he'll play like a 33-year-old. You look at his natural fitness, you look at his stamina, determination. I think we're going to be getting a good player in there. And ultimately, we are only spending $3 million initial fee on him. It will rise to $5 million within 6 months. And we could potentially pay them £1 million if he plays 50 games for us. But generally, I'm pretty happy with that. If we look at our clauses, there are some things that we can sell on, I think. There you go. So we can sell this one here. Doig. We're owed another 1.2 million thingy. Sell on clause there. 20% profit. So we are going to get a 1.2 Oh, well, I think we get that anyway. It's just the sell-on clause. So 20% of the profit that we made. I mean, this guy, although he's pretty good, that 3 million might actually be a little bit better. Harvey Elliott, another one that we cut 20% of his next transfer fee. I mean, when does his contract expire? 2032. Realistically, he's already 25. Is he going to sell for a lot of money? I don't know. We can make 5.68 million from that. I think we get that now. Let's get that money invested in us, because this could help us survive. 166k, that's certainly not worth it. Just a little tip for you to have a little look through these. I mean, the one I'm thinking of is, what was it? Josh Doig. We could get another 4 million from that. I think we take that. We take that now. I don't think he's going to sell on. And we only get 20% of the profit as well, so that's fine by me. That increases our transfer budget to 30 million now. So that should be a really good amount of money for us. But anyway, let's have a little look at the team for today. It's broken it. That is really annoying. I hate this game sometimes. Right, okay. I will be back once we have repicked the side. Right, here we go then. We have got Vlachodimos in goal with Odriozola, Diop, Hato and Zamora in defence. We've then got Casadei as our DLP with Granger and Pereira in the middle of the park and Diang and Boving starting wide of Childs up top. Quite a few players fairly tired. Lots of games recently. It's understandable. But we have to go and play against Manchester United. And I've put Diop on the pitch because he is our best central defender. He has been brilliant. Casemiro is still playing for Man United. Now, how old is Casemiro in this universe? He must be an absolute ancient man. 36. I thought he was 35 now, but apparently not. Wow. His contract does expire at the end of the season. He's been a very solid player for them, don't get me wrong. But he is transfer listed, interestingly enough. Speaking of old men, do we think he'd be interested in joining us? I don't know. Let's make an inquiry and see if if he wants to join us. We'll get a good scout of him today anyway. But that Manchester United squad looking very different to the current one. Bruno Fernandes and Malacia, the only real ones other than Casemiro that are in there. You can look to the bench, and Dean Henderson still not getting first team football, amazingly enough. But let's see how we get on against Zinedine Zidane's Manchester United side. I think it could be an ugly one, but back to the 4-4-3-3, and fingers crossed we can be a bit more defensively solid. I think the match against Southampton showed us that we need to be defensively solid to even have a chance in this division. So let's go out there. Let's see how we get on. They're playing a 4-3-3-2, so it should also cancel each other out. We've got our FA Cup match later on this episode as well. Hopefully by then we'll have a few signings in, and we'll get to have a look at them at the very least. But there you go. We are pretty solid in this first 25 minutes. No chances either way. Unfortunately, drawing every match from now until the end of the season is not going to be enough. But we will give it our all, and we will see if we can nick a goal on the break against Manchester United. Well, here's Giles with a free kick. Great save by Stankovic there. But that could have been the moment. Didn't quite turn out that way, though. But we have got a corner, and we have been fairly dangerous from corners. Pereira gets it in. Oh, that's beautiful goalkeeper from Stankovic there. Half-time. But I tell you what. It's not been too bad. Right, let's tell them that nobody's expecting them to win out there, because, let's be honest, nobody is. Boving again not having a good game, and this is the problem. Nobody seems to want to play on this left-hand side and do well. Perhaps we could put Diang there. Would Diang be able to do better if we did? We don't really want him on attack. We'll put him on support. And then let's put Chong on that right-hand side instead. Let's do that. And see if that solves our problem. Chong on the right. Diang on the left. And then Giles up top. But for the first time, you know, our striker's not doing too badly. Ooh, having a shot at Odysseus. He is known by his first name, Odysseus. That's rather cool. But yeah, into the 60-minute mark now. And to be honest, we're going pound for pound with Manchester United here. They're not dominating the ball. They're not creating many chances. We are going to take Diop off now, though, which could change everything. We're going to put Derek Cohn in there. He is a left-footed player. And we're going to have 2 left-footed centre-backs, which isn't great. What's his heading? His heading is slightly better, so we'll swap them 2 round again. Now else we can particularly do from there. Pereira's not having the best of games. Let's put Dele Alli in the midfield and see what he can do more centrally. And we're going to put Carlos Vinicius up top. He is going to be leaving on the 11th of January, so it's probably not the best idea to keep giving him minutes, but he might just pop up with a fantastic finish that gets us all 3 points today. But it is rather comforting that with this tactic, we've conceded 1 goal in 4 matches. The other tactic, a bit of an experiment against Southampton as we were playing a bit of a rotated side. That didn't work. We know that now, but here we go again. Man United with 1 chance. Oh, it's just wide of the post. I thought that was going to be the Arsenal moment where they take the goal in the last couple of minutes. Cohn gets it away. Header. He has Fratesi now, and I'm a bit worried now that we've took Diop off that we're going to be very, very vulnerable at the back, and twice now Manchester United have got themselves through with a shot on goal. Luckily for us, they're not very convincing in that striker position. And it looks like we are going to hold on to a 0-0 victory. This is going to be a really entertaining end to the season, isn't it? But hey, we didn't lose. We didn't lose. Let's keep the boys positive about that. We don't look like we know what we're doing. That's probably not... That's probably not the best thing to say. But now we're 23 matches into the season. We're off of the foot of the table again. We're still 10 points adrift of Everton in 18th place. There you go. So Phillips is going to be signing for us. I think that's a pretty good sign, and that will allow us to be a little bit more creative going forward. We've got Alfie Devine here, who could be somebody that we bring in. Is Alfie Devine any good? He's not really done anything, has he? Again, though, he'll be a player that's barely made any starts in his career. I mean, can we go on this one? I wish it would tell you overall what he's done. But yeah, Alfie Devine could be a player. Could be a player that we bring in. I think we'll allow the transfers that we've got going come in first. Big one is a goalkeeper who... it is this guy. Sorry, this guy here, Faris Yusufu, 23-year-old Ghanaian goalkeeper. He's been playing for Schalke the last few years, done okay in the Bundesliga, has a bit of potential about him, and his contract expires at the end of the season. So we've put in a little offer to see if we can buy him now for a little bit cheaper than what he would have been going for. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I'll update you if we do get anybody in the bank. Well, as you can see, we have brought in 4 new January signings. Calvin Phillips, you saw in the last segment. We have also managed to bring in Liam Delap on loan and Gianluca Scamacca on loan. We've also brought in Faris Yusufu as our goalkeeper. 1.2 million we got him for in the end. Pardon me. I think this is going to be a good signing. Personally, I think he's somebody that will grow with the club. He's only 23 years old, so will he improve over time for a goalkeeper? He's an international player. I think that's a good one to get in. So, 3 of those 4 are going to make a start today. Calvin Phillips will be a ball-winning midfielder with a defend duty. I think that's going to really solidify this back 5. We've also allowed Dele Alli to be an advanced playmaker on that left-hand side. Cassidy sort of goes forward a little bit, or Quesadai, whatever his name is, 25-year-old Italian, of course, has been playing in that DLP role, but now will move forward and be a little bit more advanced. Looks good. I think he will probably suit that position a little bit more creative. And Liam Delap will lead the line. And we'll see how we get on in this match against Millwall. It should be a match that we win fairly comfortably, you would imagine. But easier said than done. Easier said than done. We will see how it goes. Here we go then. It's time we shut a few people up. I think that's what we need to go for. We need to perhaps be a little bit more proactive. As I say, we've brought in 3 fairly aggressive players. In terms of Calvin Phillips, gives us a lot, allows us to be a bit more proactive going forward. Delap and Skamaka should be people that can put the ball in the back of the net, which is things we've struggled with. So let's see how we get on. We've got Giles, of course, still on the bench as well. He looked a little bit better in the last match against Manchester United, but this is actually a match we should be winning. So let's see how we get on. Let's not get too carried away if today doesn't go to plan. But here we go. Starting off, it's Diang, gets it to McTominay. Nice play to Phillips on the right-hand side. Here's Odriozola, gets it forward towards Diang now, who has a chance to whip it in. He gets it to Dele Alli. It's Casadal and it's Liam Delap. Oh, he had a header there, and he looked pretty good, didn't he? And unfortunate not to get it past Ward, but that is cleared and straight to, how do you say it again? Omabamidele. That's the one. Here's McTominay now. Omabamidele gets it to Issa Diop now. Here's Phillips. Gets it to Dele Alli. That's forward. Liam Delap runs onto it. This is another chance for Delap already. And he puts it in the back of the net. Yes. What a start. Oh, yes. That is what I want to see. And Dele Alli with the assist as well. I'm sad that he didn't go over and celebrate with his teammates there. That shows a player that's maybe not fitting in as much as he was. And, well, what a finish from Liam Delap. And oh, that feels good. It's always very vindicating when your new signing gets on the score sheet straight away. I know it is an FA Cup match against a team we should be winning against, but it's a perfect opportunity for Millwall. We're the Premier League's bottom club and we haven't been playing well. They'll be looking at this as an opportunity to win as well at home in front of the Den. You know, I think this would be a good victory if we could pull it off. Here's Diang, good play again. Diang on the ball, loses it. Here's McTominay now to Calvin Phillips, back to no idea. Dele forward to Diang, and it's Delap again, and it's a good save. Omabamidele. Oh, but we are looking a little bit better, a little bit more fluid, which is exactly what I wanted, you know, with the Phillips sitting in front of the defence, being an absolute rock. I was really hoping that would allow the rest of the team to play a bit more positively. So it's working so far. But we still have only scored 1 goal in my tenure. Here's McTominay. Back to Omabamidele. Got it first time that time. Odriozola to McTominay. Omabamidele. Here's Odriozola again. Go on, son. Omabamidele. Are they taking the mick out of me? Phillips. Here's McTominay again. Gets it forward to Diang now. Very creative on that left-hand side. Couldn't quite find Delap there. That will come in time, that partnership. It looks as though. Here's Casadei. No. Not a chance. Header again by Omar-Bamadeli to Dele Alli, who's cut himself in there, which is nice to see as an advanced playmaker. That's forward to Casadei now. Into the middle it goes. Too far for Liam Delap. But here he is again. Delap into the middle. Casadei scores. And that's again a benefit of the Calvin Phillips signing. He's a little bit more advanced. He can get himself into those positions where he can score a goal. And it is now Millwall Town 0. Fulham 2, and it was Liam Delap who whipped it in there, so he's got a goal and assist today as well. We'll certainly take that. We will certainly take that. 55 minutes into the game, I think it's probably time for a little substitution. We're going to take Zamora off. We're going to put Kelly on that left-hand side. We're going to take Scott McTominay off as well. We'll put Pereira on for him. Anybody else looking tired? It looks like Diang is. So let's put Boving on that right-hand side. Hasn't really had a chance on the right, cutting in. We'll see what he can do there. But yes, I'm very, very delighted. Liam Delap looks like he's taken a knock. That is a bit of a disaster. Let's get Skamaka on for him instead. Let's see if he can do anything in this final 20 minutes to try and stake a claim for starting the next one. Here's Delap. Yeah, he's looking shaky, and that's a ball over the top. Diop misses the header, very unlike him, and Yusufu with the save, and that was a big save and a good save as well from him. Let's see how Skamaka gets on in this match. Can people get it to him? That's going to be the big question here. 10 minutes to go in this match then. Can we get a third to really put the cherry on the cake? Here's Diop. Gets it to Kelly. That was poor. And now Wood dispossesses him. Chance for Wood to get it in. Ramsey with the shot. And Yusufu makes another good save there. Very, very good. 4 minutes of added time. And, well, we keep another clean sheet. You can't say fairer than that. You cannot say fairer than that. A 7.2 from Calvin Phillips. Defensively, very, very solid. The goalkeeper looks good. Dele Alli was back on form. That was a decent performance. That was a very, very good performance. And, okay, it's against a championship side in Millwall. We know that. We know that they're a team that we should be beating anyway. Liam Delap's pulled his groin. How dare he go and do that? But he scores on his debut. We're going to give him a bit of love in this second half of the season. And I tell you what, I think he's going to score some good goals. I really do think that. But that's not looking too bad. You know, our first 6 matches in charge of Fulham FC, the 5 that we've went with this tactic, we've conceded 1 goal. And, scored 3. That's not a bad goal difference. That match there, that shows me we're on the right track with the way we're playing currently. Let's not try and cheat the system here. Let's stick with a 4-3-3. We're doing a good job. And let's see if we can pick up some results. We're defensively very, very solid. If we can grab a few goals through the likes of Delap, who knows what can happen between now and the end of the season. I think we're going to come back very, very quickly. We might have some more signings in store for you by then. We're going to come back for these 2 matches because I think those 2 are ultimately going to decide how the rest of this season goes. Everton are in a relegation battle with us. Tottenham are only mid-table. That's a match we need to be winning. And hopefully we can pick up a point or 2 against Crystal Palace and Chelsea. I'm not holding out for much, but hopefully we can do it. So, that is where we're going to leave it for today. If you have enjoyed that, then give it a massive thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more Football Manager videos. And before I go, I just want to say a massive thank you to Sam for the quick turnaround in the design for the thumbnail for today's video. He's doing a cracking job. Thank you very much to Sam. Really do appreciate it. Go and check out his work on Twitter when I always regularly tweet out his name, because he is doing a fantastic job on the graphic side. But anyway, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you on tomorrow's episode. Goodbye.